right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ladies and just said ladies and germs. That's how I should start off. I used to say that all the time. Ladies and germs, welcome back to the channel. Narcolepsy Boy 94 here. I got two ladies here today going to be discussing some wrestling with you all. Before we dive into the topic, I'll let them introduce themselves and then we'll explain everything we'll be doing today. So, Minnie, who's kind of popular in the community, especially for the women creators. You're one of the big ones out there. You've been balling.
Well, thanks. I don't consider myself a big one. I just consider myself
You definitely are.
Annoying. I consider myself annoying, loud, obnoxious. But I am mini portable. I do WWE watch-alongs, AEW watch-alongs. I also do some TNA, New Japan watch-alongs as well. I do a lot of WWE 2K content. And yeah, that's pretty much it about me. Yes.
I am Minx Morose. You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Those are pretty much the two platforms that I use the most. I've been doing a lot of wrestling fan art lately. There are links to my art pages on there too. And just on my personal account, I do like fitness, cosplay, and I'm working on like my own little animated series and stuff like that right now too. So different things, mostly like cosplay.
Make sure I go check them out. So today's going to be a very interesting topic. We're going to be coming up with a top 10 list cohesively together, discussing who we believe are the top 10 best wrestlers currently right now in 2025 as we speak. So when we talk about best wrestlers, this topic and debate is only talking about just bell to bell and ring wise. So the 10 wrestlers that we could think of, men and women, that we believe could have a good match with anybody they're in the ring with. Doesn't matter who they wrestle. We believe that these are the best 10 wrestlers in wrestling right now for men and women all together on one list. We have to agree on it. We'll also put it in order as well to kind of make it a little bit harder. And you all can let us know in the comments whether you agree or disagree. I'm sure there's going to be some different discussions, some different topics, some different names. Some of these people that we name might not have the flashiest movesets, but maybe we've seen them have a lot of good matches with a lot of people. Maybe their bag is a little underrated for some people. So some of these names will probably be unanimous as well. So we really don't have to dive too much into certain people. We shouldn't, at least. I would assume if other people want to throw their 2 cents in there, you can. But I'm interested to see what everybody talks about. And this is WWE and AEW as well for people who are watching. So this isn't just a WWE list. AEW is also included. Everybody up here watches both. So this is why I wanted you two up here, because I know you're both familiar with everything that goes on in both products. So does anybody want to throw out a first name? Somebody who you feel like definitely has to be on here? We don't have to put them in order yet, but somebody who you feel like they have to be on the list. Like, doesn't matter.
Okay, from bell to bell, the most underappreciated wrestler of all time is Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton Benjamin, okay.
Shelton Benjamin.
Right now, too, you feel like right now?
Are you kidding me? His debut match in AEW, that was
he did have a good match. He did have a good match in AEW. He's been having some good matches. I like the stuff he's been doing with Lashley, the whole MJF stuff. I actually been liking the whole MJF storyline. Some people aren't feeling it, but I don't mind it. 2025 though, I mean, how do you feel? You feel like you put people over him, or you feel like Shelton should be on here?
So if we talk in 2025, Shelton, I would have to agree with you. That's kind of where I'm like, I don't know. If we're talking all time, no debate, no discussion. Absolutely, he's phenomenal. But if we're talking currently, I don't know. I think there's a lot of people that are younger that are definitely reminiscent of young Shelton Benjamin. So I think there would be quite a few people that I would put ahead of him. He is still a great in-ring performer though, and the Hurt Syndicate is being presented as a really, really strong tag team as well.
Why don't we? Okay, so it seems like I'll write down Shelton Benjamin. We'll come back to him. We can revisit Shelton Benjamin. Is there any unanimous people that you feel like should be on here? People who are like, you can't talk about the 10 best wrestlers right now and not at least talk about this person's name.
Someone that I think is unanimous, someone that has to be on here is Gunther.
Gunther is definitely a lock for me, for sure. I feel like we just saw him have a good match with Pat McAfee. So you know what I mean? So like I feel like Gunther is one of those people. His style isn't for everybody, because he's more of an old school type wrestler guy, but genuinely, I'm not even kidding. I don't know if I've ever seen him have a bad match. Not
Mhm.
even kidding.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even talking about just on the main roster. I'm talking about NXT, NXT UK, the Indies. I don't know if I've ever seen him legit have a match where I was like, oh, that sucked.
I was just gonna quickly say I just saw Walter versus Darby Allin. It was an independent show. I don't remember what it was, but I'm not the biggest fan of Darby Allin, and I'm like, damn it, Walter, like you are the only one that can have a good match and make me a Darby Allin fan. Because I'm just not into his wrestling style, but that match was actually good. And yeah, I just think he meshes well with any type of wrestler.
Makes you have any arguments, or you agree?
I agree for the most part. Um, I'm more into a flashier style of wrestling, but I would have to agree with what you said, where it's pretty hard to find a bad match of his. He can definitely get in the ring with pretty much anybody and put in a great match. I've been a fan of him since he was Walter in NXT, so I really would have no argument against putting him on the top 10.
All right, Gunther is a lock on the list. First name that we have on there. How do you all feel? I mean, somebody who I feel like should be on here. I don't know about you, but I think Kenny Omega got to be on here.
Kenny up
Agreed.
1000%.
Yeah, okay.
No-
I,
no
I
argument.
know people gonna feel.
Gotta
You never
be.
know, but I'm
With
like,
a
I don't think I've
girl
ever seen him have a
with-
bad
Gotta
match on
be.
this though.
With like an 8-year-old girl, come on, man. Come on.
I went back and forth when I was coming up with my top 20, 25, however many I ended up with, and I consistently kept putting Kenny Omega back in the top 10. So yeah.
All right, so we can just go ahead and lock that into Kenny Omega is a lock for sure. Any other names you want to throw out there? Any other unanimous names? We got Gunther, we got Kenny Omega. Two
I'm gonna
locks
say
right
Chad
now.
Gable.
Yes, that was my unanimous. That was like I was
Chad
gonna
Gable.
fight if he's not.
Gable.
I'm fighting. I'm
Yeah.
fighting because not this man being put on weekly television to put over the talents, but then he always eats the pin. But they give him
Yeah.
that. They give him that job because he knows that he can perform it.
Yeah.
I mean, the man did a reverse 450 like
Uh,
it was nothing. Now we know that was El Grande Americano,
Oh, that
but
was El
we all
Grande.
but we all know who
Omas, you mean? That was
actually
Omas,
did it.
actually. Yeah.
Oh, two different people to me. I don't know. I ain't never seen El Grande's face, so I don't know who he is. But I mean, Chad Gable is he's one of those people that falls like the Shelton Benjamin category. I feel like somebody who's just like is a little underappreciated because maybe the WWE doesn't see the star value in him. Like they don't look at him as like somebody who's marketable, I guess, is kind of to an extent. When it comes to wrestling, though, I mean, he could have a lot of good matches. If he was utilized a lot more, I feel like we would be able to see a lot more of that. You know what I mean? Where it's like he could really go out there. I'm not saying he has to be the world champion, but like, you know what I'm saying? The fact that he actually didn't get to be the Intercontinental Champion was kind of crazy. You know, with that storyline, like, it was all built up for him, and then they gave it to somebody else. So, Chad Gable's not crazy. I don't, man, top 10, though. I'm still thinking of some other people that I have in my mind because we still got to get to the women, too. We haven't even dropped the women yet. And I don't know how many.
A couple of women that I ended up making up my top 10 were Tony Storm, Io Sky, and Mercedes Monet. Those were the three
So
women.
I would have Mercedes on there for sure.
Yeah, she's improved so much.
Especially now. Yeah,
it's unbelievable how you can go watch a match of hers from 5 years ago and one now, and the improvement is just. I don't even know what else to say. It's just
well, even back then, like she's always been.
Oh
good
yeah.
in the ring. Yeah, like she's.
Oh yeah.
Maybe still a part of what some people consider the greatest women's match WWE had against Bayley, you know, and that was 10 years ago. You know what I mean? So I feel like Mercedes should be on here personally, especially after her development, leaving WWE. I mean, last year she probably had the best stretch of women's matches I think I might have ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, like stretches of like just matches in general.
I've yet to see her put on a match in AEW that hasn't impressed me, and she's wrestled so many different women since she started wrestling in AEW and New Japan and the Indies, and every single time she really understands about the back and forth of like making it look believable. Mm-hmm. Even though she's been on like an undefeated streak, and we know for the most part that she's probably going to win the match, it's still like her match with Athena, her matches with Jamie Hayter. It always looks like maybe she actually is going to lose here, even though we know she's going to win. It's always feels like a believable competition between her and whoever she's in the ring with. She's great. She got Harley Cameron, who I don't know if you got to watch that much of, but she's kind of still green in the ring.
I love her.
I absolutely love her too. She's so great. But yeah, she's still pretty green in the ring, and her match with Mercedes. I think it was at the Australia pay-per-view was
Grand Slam, yeah.
a absolute banger.
Yeah.
So do we have any disputes, or are we all thumbs up for Mercedes being on here?
Thumbs up, man.
Thumbs up, okay.
Thumbs up.
Mercedes is a lock on the list, so we have 3. So we only got 7 spots left. What about Will Ospreay? Would you guys put him on there?
I want to, but then
I would.
The thing about Will Ospreay, I love Will Ospreay so much, but I'm going based on your standards, right? Like I'm going based off he can have a good match with just anybody. I don't think I've seen him have a match in like a very, very slow pace. Maybe he had a match with
Sure.
Gunther that I don't know about, and then that was a good match. I have no idea. But that's the only reason why he didn't make the list, because I know that he can have a good match. It's just, I don't know if he can have a good match against John Cena.
I see where you're coming from, where like it is probably harder to find matches of him that are at like kind of a slower pace. I think that's something I actually would be interested in, like seeking out and seeing if maybe there are some other competitors that were like on a slightly different vibe, from different pace from him, and see how those matches look. But I definitely think he's capable of it because he's so good at everything else. And I think when you understand the ring that well, then you've got to understand any opponent that you're getting in the ring with.
So I see both arguments. Both make some valid points. I feel like Ospreay's weaknesses, I guess, are like the no selling a lot in certain matches where like he does a lot of big moves. But his best matches are some of the craziest matches I think I've ever seen, like in my life. Like him and Brian, or him and whoever, him and Kenny. Like it doesn't matter who he's in the ring with, So I don't know, man. I feel like it'd be kind of crazy to leave him off here, though. If we're talking about 10 best wrestlers, I don't know.
It would be crazy. So I'm not gonna give a big argument about it because it would be. Crazy.
We can revisit him if you
want.
I
think we should revisit.
Okay. Me personally, I'm all for putting Ospreay on the top 10. Listen, he made it to my personal top 10. So yeah.
People losing their minds right now. Don't come.
Oh, I know. And they know that I'm an Ospreay mark too, but it's okay. If you don't understand the concept of what we're doing here, it's okay.
Okay, I just thought of another name I don't know why we haven't said this yet. He's unanimous to me now that I think about it. Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Prime Seth Rollins. Yeah. Today, I feel like there's.
Like Seth today couldn't have a good match with anybody.
I think he's still.
Oh, he could have great matches, but I think he's noticeably slowed down. In the same way somebody like AJ Styles has. AJ Styles, to me, as well as Seth, are 2 of the greatest in ring of all time. Probably top 5 all time. But I think if we're just talking currently 2025, those are 2 people I can think of that are. There's some younger names that I think are doing more impressive stuff right now.
So should we come back to Seth Rollins then? Should we revisit him?
For me, it's unanimous, but.
It's unanimous for me too, but I mean, she's kind of
revisit.
I'd say you know what? I say put him on the list.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Once we lock him on there, he ain't coming off. So
the reason why I say, you know what, it's fair to put him on the list even these days is because if I was doing top 5 of all time, I think I'd put him on there.
And ring was okay. Yep. We'll lock in Seth Rollins. I don't hate that either. I feel like even though Seth is a little older, I still feel like right now he could put on a good match with anybody. I mean, I saw him have a good match with Omos. Yep. That was like 2 years ago. You know what I mean? So it's like I feel like
yeah. When it comes down to the criteria that you're asking for of how good of a match they could have right now currently, and which competitors they could have a good match with, then I have to agree that he definitely still has it enough to where the guy can still put on amazing matches.
If we're talking women, Athena's not a bad one. Now that I'm thinking about it, Io is not a bad one either. I don't know how many bad Io matches I think I've seen like in my time. Like
the match that she just had with Stephanie Vaquera a couple weeks ago on Raw was
pretty good.
That was something else.
It was pretty good. That's not a bad one. How do you guys feel about what about like Becky Lynch? How do you feel about Becky Lynch?
I included her because we're not talking about moveset, right? I don't think she has the greatest.
No, she doesn't have the flashiest moveset.
Yeah, so
here's
but
what
her matches are good.
Here's what I'll say about Becky. Her moveset has never been like the flashiest. Mm-hmm. But I mean, if you look at her match quality, I've seen her have good matches with Tiffany Stratton. I've seen her have good matches with Lyra. I've seen her have good matches with Bianca. I've seen her have good matches with Bailey and Charlotte and everybody in the Force women. She gave Trish
Nia
Stratus maybe her
Jax.
best match ever. You know what I mean? Nia
Yeah.
Jax, like
Mhm.
Becky Lynch has had like a good match with pretty much like all the top stars you could think of. Like I said, she probably gave Trish Stratus maybe her best match in WWE, and that was years after Trish was retired. You know what I mean? In that steel cage. Nia Jax, as you mentioned, like I know Becky doesn't have the flashiest moveset. Like she's not somebody I think you think of when you think of the best wrestlers. But if you're talking belt to belt in ring wise, she is somebody that I would look at and say, hey, I need you to go out there and put on a good match with our upcoming rookie. And I would believe that she'd be able to do it. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
a
know.
for sure for me.
She kind of moving me to be on here. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
yeah.
I definitely think everything that you just said was valid. She does put on entertaining matches. But I can't see putting her ahead of Io Sky or Athena or Tony Storm. I can't. Realistically, if I looked at it, I'm just being honest. If I looked at a top 10 list of best wrestlers in bell to bell in ring, and I saw Becky Lynch on there, but not Io Sky, I'd be side-eyeing whoever made. I'd be like, really?
You guys make some valid points. Io, I feel like, is definitely one of the best. I mean, she might be the best in ring performer they have
Yeah.
in WWE right now for the women, match quality wise. Athena has been having really good matches outside of WWE as well. It's tough though for Becky, man. I feel like her moveset just doesn't move people, but she's still able to go out there and produce, high quality matches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, we could put both if you want. I'm okay with putting both. Io's not bad, but if I gotta put Io, I gotta put Becky Lynch on. I'm sorry, I can't leave.
That's how I feel too.
I can't put Io and not put Becky Lynch. I feel like Becky Lynch. If there was somebody right now on the roster you needed to help get over, I feel like you put her with Becky Lynch. It's bound to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's. So Io's not a bad option either, though. I feel like Io definitely could have a good match with a lot of people too. Like you put Io in the ring with an upcoming rookie as well. I mean, I could see Io putting on a good match with pretty much anybody. I mean, I don't know if you guys watched Lucha Underground, but she had good matches with guys when she was there. You know what I
Penta,
mean?
yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to put Io in there, I'm cool. But I feel like if we put Io, I don't know, man. Becky Lynch got to be on there for me somewhere. Who were some other names we needed that were discussed? Hangman, was he an X or was he somebody you want to discuss? He was put out there.
I'm gonna do an X.
X for Hangman.
That's me though. That's just me. I'm gonna do an X.
You wanna rebut on that, or you cool with cutting?
No, I'm actually okay with that. I love Hangman, but it's the total package that I love.
What about
When it comes to
Takeshita? What about him?
Wouldn't be mad at that.
I think he should be on the list.
Takeshita should be on the list for you.
Yeah. I'm just hesitant because there's so many names, especially with the women, that it's like I think these three specifically should be a part of the top 10, but we can only pick 10.
We only got 4 names on here so far, so we got to start putting some names on here. So who was unanimous for Io? Who's thumbs up for Io? Okay, I'll agree to Io. We'll put Io Sky on here. So she has the 5th spot right now. Who is thumbs up for? Let's see, who's thumbs up for Athena?
I want it to be, but we gotta be very protective here about who goes on the list. Yeah.
So we gonna start cutting people. We thumbs up or we X? We gonna start cutting. We gonna start cutting names.
I don't even want to give an X, but we haven't gone through the men. You know, like we've mentioned women, so it's kind of like.
We got Takeshita. We mentioned him. What about
Okada.
What about Okada?
I'll put Okada.
Okada's top 10 for me.
I still feel like Okada could have a good match with anybody, realistically. Like, yeah, I mean,
I think so too.
He's in AEW now. It's not his New Japan presentation, but like, I still feel like his match quality, he can still put on a good match with anybody.
Yeah. Damn. So Kenny, Okada, but no Ospreay. That was my bad too.
Ospreay should be on here. By the way.
Me and you are on the same page with Ospreay. Ospreay's a lock for me.
Ospreay should be on here for me, but
that's a no-brainer for me. That's absolutely top 10 for me.
I'm not mad if he's in a
that's
top
up to
10
her,
list.
Right? Yeah, but we gotta start chopping names. So we agree, or you feel like he's on the fence for you? He's on there for me.
The only thing is the pace. That's it. That's the only thing for me. Because obviously he's the Billy Goat for a damn reason. So
realistically, right now, you feel like he can have a good match with John Cena?
Or Roman Reigns. I don't think him or Roman Reigns could have a good match. Oh wait, but he had a good match with.
Wait, so you don't
Yeah.
think him and Roman can have a good match, or
No,
Roman
I don't think Roman and Will Ospreay can have a good match
together?
together. Yes, together. I don't think they can
I,
have
Oh,
a
de-
good
I
match.
definitely, I definitely think they could.
so I guess we're still on the fence for
Let's
Osprey.
let's put him on there. That's fine.
You putting him on here?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I'm being I'm
Are you
critiquing it.
sure you want to put him on here?
Yes, because I'm critiquing it the way that
All right.
we're supposed to play this, but it's like I feel disrespectful because he's one of my favorites. So I'm like, I feel like I'm disrespecting him. But yes, that's
No,
fine.
I mean you bring up some points. I mean I think him and Roman could have a really good match, but I
She's
mean
giving him the same respect that I gave Seth when you guys brought up Seth, and I'm like, but at the same time,
Where you liked him,
it is
yeah.
Seth Rollins, and I can't deny that that man is phenomenal.
Mhm.
So just out of respect, I ain't gonna be mad at Seth being in that top 10.
okay, so Will Ospreay is on here. He's a lock. We have 3 spots left now. So is there anybody any other male superstars that you want to throw out there? Like I don't know who else we throw out. Takeshka,
I said
uh,
Ilya.
Yeah, I
Ilya
was gonna come
Dragunov.
back to him as well. That's definitely somebody who I would agree
Ilya
with.
Dragunov.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He been out for a while, but
Yeah, I would
the
agree with
Mad
that.
Dragon is the Mad Dragon is tough. I do like the Mad Dragon. I do rock with him. He's somebody that I would not mind putting on here. Looking at the names, we got 3 spots left. So if we put him on here, we would have 2. I wouldn't mind Ilya being on here. Well, what about Ricochet? Did anybody throw his name out there?
I was just thinking about Ricochet. I wouldn't be mad at Ricochet being in there.
Yeah, me neither. Ricochet
Definitely
has,
wouldn't.
yeah, he can have good matches with anybody. I mean, we just saw him versus Zach Gowen in that match. I personally liked it, but a lot of people had things to say. But I
It
liked
was
it.
pretty good. Ricochet. Okay, so
Out of everybody that's on there, who do you feel like is the biggest lock?
Becky Lynch for me.
Really?
Yeah, she's a lock for me.
Listen,
Not gonna lie, me too.
I'll go with
She's a
Becky
lock for
Lynch
me.
only because y'all two are adamant about it. For
If we're talking
me,
if we're talking anybody that I genuinely believe could put on a good match with anybody, it's her. Yeah, I really feel like she
I
can
won't.
have
I
a good
won't
match with
contest.
anybody.
Listen, I won't contest Becky Lynch. I'll go ahead and give her the thumbs up if you guys, because you guys seem really adamant about putting her in the top 10. It's just for me, I just see a lot of people who are more interesting in the ring, but we're making a general consensus between all three of
Yeah,
us.
if we're
So
I mean, looking at all the names right now, because we only got 3 spots left. If I'm looking at somebody who I feel like, yeah, that person could have a banger. Now, I'm not even talking about good. I'm talking about bangers. Yeah, it would be Becky. Becky Lynch is the name that stands out for me right now. For me personally,
I mean, so give her the slot then.
you
Yeah.
said she's
Yeah.
unanimous for you.
She
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
are both
yeah.
saying definitely. So I mean, I ain't gonna be the one that holds it back if y'all are that like.
I'm locked in for her. We got 2 spots left, so I'll erase Becky from that list. Put Becky in the unanimous list. So we have 2 spots left. We got to start getting picky here now.
Is Ilya a definite or no?
Oh, Ilya was sorry. Ilya was somebody that was in the mentions. I'm cool putting Ilya on here. I mean, I feel like he's somebody that I would look at. They'd be like, oh, he could have a good match with anybody too.
I think Ilya Dragunov should be on there.
Okay, that's 3.
Okay, so Ilya Dragunov is on here for everybody. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
we got 1 spot left. So
All right, let me throw it in. I think because I know that I was hesitant about this one person, but now seeing the list, I think Bianca or Ricochet should be that last spot. There you go.
okay, so you wanna with Bianca and Ricochet, you wanna X out for you Athena and
Yeah.
Tony Storm and Takeshka.
Well, Takesha's okay. Well, it's like X
You're
out 'cause
realizing
we
how
got-
hard it is.
We gotta X it out, man. We gotta X
It's
out.
so hard.
All right, for my list, I will X those 3 out. Yes.
Okay. What about you? You said Bianca and Ricochet for you. Okay, so what about you?
I co-sign Ricochet being on there.
Co-signing for Ricochet. Okay.
Is this just one last slot?
One person.
I'm absolutely okay with Ricochet taking that last slot for sure.
Looking at the names, yeah, I mean, I don't mind Ricochet really being on here, if I'm being honest. I mean,
But I honestly would have been fine with everybody she X'd out.
I wouldn't mind Ricochet being on here. I feel like I would put Ricochet. I'd probably put him over a lot of people in that mention right there. I feel like a lot of people might be hesitant on that because of his WWE run and because he wasn't utilized, like fully. Like we still saw him have good matches, but like he never really was pushed or put like in certain spotlights. You know what I mean? As far as so we're like he's maybe presented right now, and that everybody may watch AW, so they may not even know what he's doing right now. But I feel like
And those of us who do watch know that his in ring work has gone, like the Zach Gowen match is a perfect example. It's gone beyond just him being a good athlete in the ring. He also has gotten really good at like infusing
Storytelling.
his character, the storytelling,
Hmm.
infusing his character work into it. So
Hmm.
I was laughing at that match at points where like he was freaked out by the way Zach Gowen was moving, him messing around with the prosthetic leg. There was so much of his own character work that it wasn't just him doing flips. And that's when I was like, yeah, this dude has really learned how to be multifaceted to where he doesn't even have to necessarily pull out the 450s and stuff. We know he's going to do the shooting star presses in the 450s, but he's good at other stuff in ring too besides that. So I'm definitely cool with Ricochet. I love watching him anytime he's on.
Yeah, me too.
all right, we'll put Ricochet in that last spot. I'm not mad at
Not
Ricochet
a
being
bad.
on here.
Mhm.
Now's the hard part. Now we're talking about the order. Who would you feel if I'm looking at the order number one? If I'm really being honest, I feel like Gunther would be number one for me.
That was my number one. Yeah.
Is it be him or Kenny Omega? If I had to pick between like if I had to go back and forth, those would be the two people in my number one spot. Personally.
I'm
Between
okay with
those
either.
two, I would go Gunther.
So
Gunther.
Gunther,
Yeah.
easy number one.
Okay, so let's write down Gunther is number one. Number two, I said
Kenny,
Kenny would be my number two, but
I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with
okay.
that as well.
Kenny Omega, number two. Number three.
Becky Lynch. Becky
Ooh.
Lynch.
I don't really hate it. I'm not gonna catch you. I don't
I'm
hate it.
standing on business with that one.
I don't
Man,
hate it.
y'all killing me
I
with
was
this
not expecting
Becky.
that. I was not expecting Becky to be thrown out there, but and not know in the third spot, but Becky Lynch
We can revisit number three.
over Mercedes right now.
Over Osprey.
Oh, wait, Mercedes. She can have a good match. Okay, so talking about a bad match from Mercedes, that was Britt Baker, but everybody knew that she was the one that was sandbagging. It wasn't even Mercedes, and Mercedes still like finished the match. She still looked good. Try to make Britt Baker still look good, even though
I think Becky's the goat for me, but right now I don't know if I put over Mercedes right now, man.
I'll put.
Well, you
I
already know
would
how I
put over
feel.
Mercedes right now.
I'll be okay with Mercedes, which is funny because Mercedes is my goat right now. But honestly, number three going to Becky or
I pro-
Mercedes, I'm okay with that.
I probably have Mercedes at number three if I'm being honest.
All right, yeah,
I'm fine with
Yeah,
that. I think she's
happy.
phenomenal.
All right. Mercedes number three. You want to put Becky at four, or you want to fight for somebody else? You got Becky at three, so I mean, just based off your criteria, I'm assuming that she would have to be the next slot if we're not going to put her in the third spot.
Yeah.
Man, we got her over Ila Dragunov
But I was gonna say, but
and
then I was thinking
Osprey.
about the list.
Osprey is
But
crazy.
I don't know about Becky over Osprey, y'all. Truly,
Seth Rollins too. Ooh, no man.
honestly, I could put Becky over Seth Rollins right now, 2025, right now, comparing matches. But comparing Will Ospreay's matches in 2025, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'll put Ospreay above
Yeah, I feel
Becky.
like Osprey got to be in the top five somewhere.
I
So
would
we
agree.
got Gunther, Kenny, and Mercedes. Yeah, Osprey in the fourth spot just feels right. So we'll put Osprey at four. Now number five, if we put Becky at five, I ain't mad at that. I ain't
But we
mad
got
at that.
Ilya too. That's the thing.
I put Becky over Ilya. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, he's been out. So if we're talking about
I still put Becky over Ilya.
How about Ilya 5, Becky 6?
Oh man. I don't know if I put Ilya over Seth Rollins either. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I know he's been out, but even if he was still here, like that's tough, man.
he'd
That's
be
tough.
having bangers if he was
Yeah, he'd be having bangers
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, he's incredible. He's incredible. I feel like if I had to look at the next slot for me, if I had to pick, it would either be Seth or Becky for me. One or the other.
Who's left? Seth, Becky,
Seth,
Ilya.
Becky, Io, Ricochet, Ilya. Okada.
I feel like it's between Io, Becky, and Ilya for me.
Okay.
I'd give it to one of them over Becky, and then if you guys could, I feel like I'm being such a hater, but um, I'm okay with Becky at 6. She could get the next slot, but
So who'd you put at 5 then? If I'm voting, if I'm not putting Becky at 5, it would be Seth Rollins for me. If I'm looking
okay.
at if I'm looking at everybody else,
Wait, who are the last names that are on there?
Io, Okada, Ilya, and Ricochet.
For me, Io Sky out of those names.
And you said yours was Ilya.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got 3 different answers. Interesting.
But you said
But
Becky,
I'm also,
right?
but I'm
I
also
said Becky or
okay.
Seth. Either one of those two. But nobody said either. Nobody else said Seth or Becky either. So
I
I,
would also go with Dragunov too. I'd be comfortable with that too.
Ilya is not crazy. I mean, he's not crazy. I personally would not put him over some people, but I mean, he could still have great matches. So I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Io is not crazy either. If you wanted to put her in that spot, I'm cool with putting Io at 5. If you guys want to put Io at 5, if we got to vote between those two, I vote for Io.
I'm fine with Io.
okay, yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, Io is
Mhm.
5. I'm gonna start getting nasty here. Number 6. You
Well,
still
I
fighting for
agreed.
Ilya?
I agree that if you guys wanted to, I know you guys are hardcore on Becky, so if Becky at 6, I'm fine with that.
I'm okay with that, and I'd put her over Rollins and Dragunov right now. Ricochet has a good catalog, but
So
I
we'll put Becky. We'll put Becky at 6. Oh, okay,
yeah,
no, I gotta put Seth aside. I can't put him any lower. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
that's fine. 7, yeah, Rollins
You want to put
7.
Seth to 7? That's fine too.
I'm
Yep.
looking
Yeah,
at the list.
yeah,
I can't put him any lower. I can't.
yeah.
I
We're
can't
good.
do it. Set that 7. So now we're down to Ricochet, Ilya, and
Okada.
Okada. Ooh.
Oh God, damn! Oh my God, he's so low. I'm triggered.
Okada might
But
have to be moved up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
he's top 10, and we named like 50 people, so he's not that low. He made the top 10.
He didn't make top
but
10,
like,
but
but like at the bottom of the top 10. But I will say, I mean, I don't watch Collision. I just watch Dynamite, so I've seen his matches on there. I haven't seen too many outside of that. So maybe he's having bangers. I know that he can have a match with anybody. I know that, but it's just damn, Okada being the bottom.
if we're gonna do it now this way, I put him at 8. If we're looking at it now, because
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to.
we
And
already have
then
everybody else ranked. So
Okada, Ilya, and then
Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Yep.
That's yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, I think that honestly, looking at it, I feel like that's the correct way to go. Looking at it, so now the order that we have: Kenny Omega, I'm sorry, Gunther, Kenny Omega, Mercedes Moné, Will Ospreay, Io Sky is the top 5 in that order. Then we have Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins, Kazuchika Okada, Ilya Dragunov, and Ricochet in the bottom half of that.
I'm actually not mad at that.
I actually think that's a great list. I actually do. I'm
Yeah.
picturing myself seeing a list like that online and being like, do I
Yes.
agree with it? And yeah, I'd be like, okay, yeah,
Mhm.
this is
That's
solid.
why I pictured it too. I was like, if this went on X, I would be like, you know what, that's a good list. Yeah.
Because even though, I've been kind of like not really on the Becky fence, I can still admit that when it comes to the ring psychology and just making an entertaining match, she definitely can do that. It's not like I, think her matches are bad by any means.
Mhm.
She definitely knows ring psychology, chemistry, and that sort of thing for sure.
All right, 2 things I want to ask you. Based off this list that we have, what are some things you would tweak? Like maybe in order, like I put this person a little bit higher or something.
The only tweak would be I would switch Okada with Rollins. That's the only like slight tweak, but it's not even a big
Okay.
deal for me.
I would too.
Switch Rollins and Okada. Not bad.
I would personally put Seth a little lower towards the bottom, but no, it's not a. Listen,
I know. It's just funny.
Seth Rollins is absolutely top 10 all time in ring, period, for sure. But it's just, again, we're just talking current 2025. I think there's a difference between him 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and him now.
Right.
That's the only reason why.
Who are some people that we didn't have that you would have put on your own personal list too? People that didn't make it, but that you would put on here?
Shelton Benjamin.
He really put Shelton in your top 10?
Yeah, man. He's been the best bell to bell ring performer for like the past what 15, 20 years. He just never got the light for it. And now that he's in AEW, I can actually see those matches and I can actually see him go full force and not be sort of, like the WWE way of like, hey man, like we can have a banger, but also like let's not push it. So now that I'm seeing it, I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so for me, the only 4 out of my own personal top 10 that I came up with that didn't make it was Nathan Frazier, Chad Gable, Roderick Strong, and Tony Storm. So the other 6 are all on that list. So again, like I said, it's not a bad list at all.
If I had to make a tweak for myself, for me, honestly, I might put Roman in here for me personally. I like his style though, like, and I really feel like he could have a good match with anybody. Legitimately, like, I saw him do something with Logan Paul that I didn't even think was possible. So I'm like, yeah, I feel like he could really put on a good match with anybody. I feel like he's that. He has like the in-ring psychology where he does so less, but it still works for what he does no matter who he's facing. So that's just me personally. I don't know where I would rank him, but I would definitely probably put him on there somewhere. Cody's somebody that I might also put on here too. I know his match with Cena wasn't like everybody's cup of tea, but if I had to put him in the ring with a lot of people, I don't know how many bad matches he would actually produce out of the people that he's actually in the ring with. So not a bad list though, ladies. Not a bad list. I don't know how people are gonna feel about it. It's definitely a little interesting. There were definitely some names on here that I were not expecting. I'm not gonna lie to you. Definitely some interesting answers. Some people that I actually had to rethink. Not a bad list though. Let us know how you guys feel about it. For the people who are watching, if you agree, if you feel like we missed some people, if you feel like some people got snubbed, let us know in the comments. I'm sure people gonna have their own personal preference of how this list looks. So I'm sure people are gonna agree and disagree. And it's strictly just bell to bell in ring wise. So we're looking at it as these people once again may not have the best moveset, but can they produce good matches with anybody they're in the ring with? And if you're looking at all these 10 names, I mean, it would be kind of hard to argue. You put them in the ring with a lot of people. How many bad matches are you really gonna see from those individuals? So not a bad list, ladies. Once again, I'll let you guys plug in your socials one last time. We'll start with Minx this time, and then Minnie, you go afterwards. Tell everybody where they can follow you, and make sure you guys go subscribe and check out their platforms.
So I'm on Instagram and TikTok primarily. Those are the 2 that I use the most. Same exact handle here on both Minx Morose.
I am Mini Portable everywhere. I do go live on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, sometimes Thursdays, but I do go on Fridays and Saturdays as well. So if you guys want to talk to me, I'll be there live.
Make sure you show them some love, wrestling community. Make sure you guys also subscribe to the pod that is live on this platform as well. Subscribe to the channel. Check out everything. You can check out the playlist and check out all episodes of the podcast. You can also check out all the videos that are on this channel, wrestling related. Ladies, appreciate you taking the time to join me here. Appreciate you for having difference of opinions and being willing to debate kindly without getting too toxic and everything. Agree, disagree on certain things. So make sure you guys go check them out. Subscribe to all their platforms and let us know how you guys feel about the top 10 lists. It's a different list, but I honestly don't hate the list that we came up with. If I'm being honest,
I'm happy.
No. I'm not mad at it at all. It's got Io, Sky, Osprey, and Mercedes in the top 5. I can't.
Kenny.
No, it's actually pretty close to like I said, it's pretty close to my own personal top 10. It's not that different. So.
Right. All right, ladies. Until next time, we'll have to do this again. Maybe a different collab with different topics or another list like this in the future. So make sure you guys go subscribe once again to other platforms and make sure you guys hit the subscribe button to this channel and make sure you guys look out for the next video.